Jack, I'm sorry. Can you get takeout or delivery for tonight's dinner?
Huh? Why?
I don't feel too great.
What, you're not better yet? You've been saying you're not feeling well for a while now.
It's not like it's a fever, so I can't just get better. I always feel like I'm going to throw up or like I'm anemic.
I know that pregnancy isn't a sickness, but do you feel like you want to throw up because of the morning sickness? Does that still happen after your stomach gets big?
A lot of people only have bad morning sickness in the first trimester, but for others, it continues throughout their pregnancy. But I think it's because I have all this pressure on my stomach.
What? Does that mean you're not going to feel better until you give birth?
Who knows? I can't say for sure either. But it's not like I feel awful every single day. I still have days where I feel okay.
You say that, but Christina, all you've been doing since your pregnancy is sleep. Your excuse is always that you don't feel well.
I'm not making excuses.
Other pregnant women are walking around or exercising, you know? Why don't you try to walk around the house or something?
I've been moving around whenever I can, but the doctors told me that the best thing to do is rest.
I guess. But didn't you gain too much weight? You're getting bigger and bigger.
Do you think so? The doctors haven't warned me about my weight or anything. I think it just looks that way because of all the puffiness.
No, I swear, you got fat. You look like a sea lion when you're sleeping.
You don't have to say it like that.
It's the truth. You look like a sea lion on the shore. You snore so loud too. The other day, I even praised myself for marrying a woman like you.
Okay.
But I mean, I think you just don't feel good because you haven't been moving around. There's still time before dinner, so you might feel better by then. Can you make me dinner? I've been out drinking a lot recently, so my diet has been pretty unhealthy.
I still feel nauseous when I stand up.
That's just how you feel now, isn't it? You'll be fine by the time I come home. Okay, I'll be waiting for a dinner full of vegetables then. Make a healthy meal for me.
What? You can't just do that. It's your own fault your diet has been bad. It's because you've been going out drinking. I messaged you because there's a high possibility I won't be able to cook dinner.
How should I know? You're a stay-at-home wife that gets to lounge around all day. At least do the household chores that you're responsible for.
Are you just going to disregard the fact that I'm pregnant?
Look, other pregnant women are going out and doing grocery shopping. Why are you acting like a sick person? You've been slacking off on cleaning recently too. I can tell, you know that, right?
I've been doing my best when I can.
I'm telling you that it's all half-assed. What do you think I'm making you a stay-at-home wife for? I don't like dirty room. I'm already stressed from working, so make sure that I can relax at least when I come home. Who do you think is supporting you financially?
I'm sorry. I'll do better from now on.
You should have just said that in the beginning. If the room is still dirty how it was this morning, I'm going to make you clean until it's spotless. Make sure you clean the bathroom too.
Jack, I'm sorry that I couldn't make dinner tonight.
It's fine. I'll just get something to eat. Either way, you should have messaged me or something before you slept. You should have told me that there was no dinner.
I'm sorry.
The house is just as dirty as it was this morning when I left, too. Gosh, it's horrible.
I had a fever. I thought I'd get better if I slept, but it just kept getting worse.
What? You got sick when you don't even go out?
Maybe I caught it when I went grocery shopping a few days ago.
You don't even go out regularly, but you had to catch a cold the one time you did go out? Aren't you just full of bad luck? What are you going to do if I get sick too?
I'll sleep in the living room tonight.
You better. Make sure you get rid of the bacteria in our bedroom too. And change the sheets.
I'm sorry. I feel nauseous and don't think I can do that today.
What? There's no dinner when I come home from work, and the room is dirty on top of that. Are you even useful at all?
Useful? Am I just in your life to do your chores for you?
I didn't say that, but are you forgetting that you're a stay-at-home wife? Is a pregnant woman so superior that she doesn't have to do anything?
I never acted that way.
Well, you are. I'm working every single day while you lounge around at home. You use the excuse that you're sick or that you're pregnant and get to be lazy every day.
I'm not lounging around. The child in my stomach is your kid too.
I know that.
You don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't be able to say something like this.
I'm working hard to financially support you and that child in your stomach. You're the one that doesn't understand how hard I'm working.
I do appreciate how hard you work, but I want you to research a little more about pregnancy. Some pregnant women can move around, while others can't at all. It's not like everybody has the exact same symptoms.
It's probably your fault because you weren't living a proper life before your pregnancy. I bet you were slacking off on the cleaning and everything even before you got pregnant.
I wasn't doing that. That's why the room was clean, wasn't it?
Who knows? You might have been going out to have fun while you hired a maid or something.
I'd never do that.
As punishment for not making my dinner, make sure you make the house spotless.
I told you, I have a fever.
I'm telling you not to slack off on the household chores just because of a fever. Make sure everything is perfect. Oh, and my friends invited me out for drinks, so I'll be home around midnight.
If someone has time to go out and have fun, wouldn't a husband normally help out at home?
Don't force your standards on me. Besides, I'm allowed to have fun because I'm working hard. You can rest after you complete all of your responsibilities too.
How can you say something like that? I've been living my life thinking about our kid. I've been restricting myself from things like alcohol so that I can have a healthy baby. You've never changed anything in your life, even after I got pregnant. You leave all the chores to me and say that I'm worthless if everything isn't done perfectly.
I didn't say you were worthless.
You asked me whether I'm any use in your life earlier.
God, I swear, you're so annoying. I'm going out to have fun, so don't bring down my mood. Did you become hysterical after getting pregnant? You don't do the chores, your attitude is annoying. There's nothing good about you after your pregnancy.
I'm over this.
What? What now? Are you going to get mad too?
All I need to do is do the chores perfectly, right? I know now that it's useless trying to talk to you.
Yeah, if you understand, don't try to talk back to me. You really became one annoying woman, didn't you? I'd hate to think this is how you're going to be in the future. Hey, Christina, where are you? Oh, you make me so frustrated. You said you weren't feeling well, but you're not even at home. Where did you go without even cleaning?
Your wife isn't here anymore.
Huh? What do you mean by your wife? So what? Where are you? Why is the room not clean?
Jack, I'm not Christina.
I'm talking to Christina's number. What are you even saying?
Christina was brought to the hospital.
What?
You're talking to your mother. Would you care to explain what the hell is going on?
Mom?
Yeah?
Really?
If you don't believe me, do you want me to list down all the girls you liked when you were a student?
Alright, stop it. So what? Why do you have Christina's phone, Mom? And what do you mean she was brought to the hospital?
You made your pregnant wife who had a fever do the cleaning? Christina did the cleaning just like you said and passed out. She used the last of her energy to go outside and to call an ambulance.
Her fever? I thought it was just a small one.
Her fever was almost 104 degrees. She's also pregnant. Why would you make her do the household chores? Plus, I heard that you were out getting drinks.
I was just invited to go out when I went out for food.
And you were drinking until this late, weren't you? Normally, husbands would stay by their wives in times like this.
I can't just not show up to the bar.
Is that more important than being with your wife when she's sick with a fever? She's also pregnant. What in the world were you thinking? Why couldn't you even be kind to your own wife?
She's lounging around at home normally. It's not bad to make her do the chores.
Let her lounge around. She's pregnant. She can't survive without getting ample rest.
There are pregnant women who are raising kids on top of their pregnancy, and others who are still working.
They can do that because they have fewer symptoms and because they have support from the people around them. What did you do to support Christina?
I'm working to support her financially.
That's the bare minimum.
I'll listen to your lectures later. Where is Christina hospitalized right now?
Christina asked me not to tell you where she is.
What?
What you did was that terrible. You have no right to have a wife. Your wife is gone.
Christina, please. Respond to me. I want to see you in person and apologize properly. Are you still in the hospital?
I was released yesterday.
Christina, were you okay? I was so worried because you wouldn't contact me.
I was in the hospital because I wasn't okay.
Well, yeah, but...
I contacted you today because I finally made my decision.
Decision?
I need you to divorce me.
What? Excuse me?
I can't continue living with you. That's what I decided. So let's get a divorce.
Hold on a minute. A divorce? Because I told you to do the household chores?
It was all the things you've been doing to me. I asked you many times to do your research about pregnancy and childbirth. I explained that I couldn't do the cleaning when I didn't feel well too. But you wouldn't try to understand anything I said.
Because pregnancy isn't a sickness.
It's not. But I'm raising a child while risking my life. There's a possibility I could die while giving birth too. I'm going through all that, but look at how you've been treating me all this time.
I'm sorry. My mom lectured me and explained everything to me after what happened. I realize how hard pregnancy is now.
It's too late now.
Don't say that. I'm going to be better from now on, especially after our child is born.
I'm probably never going to forget how you treated me. How you said I was worthless if I don't do the household chores. Or how you told me to make sure the house was spotless when I had a fever. I realized that being with you only stressed me out.
I apologize for that, and I'll help you out from now on. Please, don't say you want a divorce. Christina, I married you because I wanted to be with you forever.
Then you could have been nicer to me or cared about me a little bit more. I showed my appreciation for how hard you were working every day. But I think a husband and wife need to support each other during times of need.
What about the child? Are you going to raise him or her on your own?
I'm going to focus on taking care of the kid for the first year after I give birth, but I'll start working after that because I need to make sure I can support my child.
Being a single mother is going to be hard.
I know that, but now I think it's going to be harder staying with you. Besides, my parents and your mom have said that they would be there to help me, so I'll be okay. I'll make sure to raise him or her properly.
I want to help raise our kid too.
Really? When you've had no interest in our kid all this time? You would insult me by saying that I look like a sea lion when my stomach became bigger? You never even bothered to learn about raising a child. You would look annoyed when I didn't feel well. You never worried about me or our child.
They say men take longer to realize they're actually going to be a father.
It's so annoying that you only know information like that. Don't use knowledge that only benefits you to get what you want.
I promise that I'm going to change. I swear that I'm going to make you and our child's well-being my priority.
You've never done anything this whole time, so I really can't believe your words right now. I'll contact you again about the divorce after I hire a lawyer.
I'm so sorry, Christina. Please, I really feel terrible about what I did. If you're gone, I won't have anything left. I realized that these past few days. I experienced firsthand how important your presence in my life is.
You'll be fine as long as you have someone to do the household chores for you perfectly. Basically, all you need to do is hire a maid. You have no right to have a family. That's why you don't need me either.
That's not true. I want to have a family because it's you, Christina. I want to care for you because I love you.
I don't think you'd tell someone you love to do the cleaning when they're nauseous with a fever. You went out drinking while leaving your pregnant and sick wife at home. I don't need a husband or father who isn't going to care for my health. Don't you think someone like that is useless in my life? My husband and I got a divorce. It wasn't a lot, but I got my share of the assets too. My husband kept insisting he didn't want a divorce until the end, but both my parents and my mother-in-law, as well as the friends around us, were on my side. It seems like everyone around him lectured him too. And he realized how terrible he had been to me. But just because he realized his mistakes doesn't mean I plan on fixing things with him. He's still the father of my child, so I'm going to get child support from him. And of course, I'll allow him to see his child. His relationship with me is over, but I can only hope that he'll be a good father to our kid. A few weeks after the divorce, I successfully gave birth. I had a healthy baby girl, whom I am thankful for every single day. Of course, it's hard raising a newborn, but thanks to the support from the people around me, I'm getting by okay. I know life is only going to get harder once I start working, but still, I'm going to do everything I can to make my daughter live a happy life. Making sure to never take the kindness from the people around me for granted. I'm going to do what I can on my own, never forget how grateful I am, and raise my daughter as best as I can. I want to show my daughter that she's being graced, surrounded by everyone's love.
This marriage was a mistake. I married the wrong person. What the hell? Isn't that rude? You're totally hopeless at housework. I'm trying my best. What are you talking about? You know how often you're not at home when I come back from work?
I told you. I'll be working overtime for a while because the company is busy right now.
That doesn't mean I have to heat up the dinner by myself.
You know what? It's simple. Just put it in a microwave. You don't like canned food, so I make it in the morning and put it in a container and then go to work. You could have at least heat it up.
You're not a good housewife if you make your husband heat up his own dinner.
I work too. Of course I wanted to continue my job. And you also said I should continue it after our marriage too.
Well, what's wrong with that?
We both work, so I think we should cooperate with each other to take care of the house.
Give me a break. Of course not. Housework is a woman's job. It's not a man's job.
What the? Ken, before we got married, you said you like women who has a job. I thought you'd be more understanding.
Of course I understand. I've never asked you to quit your job. In fact, I think women should work too. See, I understand everything.
If I work and do all the chores, it's better to be single. We're supposed to help each other, right? And you don't help me with anything. That's unfair.
What are you talking about? Mom also said you don't know what it's like to be a housewife.
Your mother didn't like me from the beginning. From the moment we went to her to tell her about our marriage, she always said things like, I want a younger wife or I want a prettier wife.
But I still married you. Considering that, you should be more grateful to me.
Be grateful.
Mom already knew you were a bitch. That's why she didn't agree.
How can I be a bitch?
You're against me every time.
It's not like I'm against you, I'm just expressing my opinion.
How can you be a wife and give opinion to your husband? That means you're against me.
So, a wife is not allowed to say anything to her husband?
Of course not. I thought you were the kind of woman who wouldn't say such things. Don't disappoint me anymore.
Excuse me?
I heard you work in silence. And don't complain. That's why I married you.
I thought you wanted to go out with me, so you asked someone in my company to introduce you to me. Was I wrong?
That's true. A woman who works without complaining is ideal, isn't it?
Didn't you say how nice it was to see me work diligently?
So?
I thought there was someone who was looking out for me. I felt so happy, but...
All you're good at is your job, plus Loki. If I hadn't asked you out, you'd be single forever. And you have no relatives, so no one bothers me. There's no one who's convenient as you.
Wow. I can't believe you thought like that.
You were able to marry a man like me, and yet you make your husband cook his own dinner.
You married me because you thought I was a quiet woman who couldn't say her opinion?
Of course, I don't like noisy women. But I don't want to do all the housework by myself.
You thought of me like that?
I mean, you didn't even notice? You thought I married you because I fell in love with you, didn't you?
I did think like that, but...
Of course not. I mean, you and Mom are too different. You should know your position.
Why does your mother matter? I don't think she has anything to do with this.
Mom is the ideal woman.
Huh?
She's beautiful, elegant, and perfect for a wife. I really wanted a woman like her, but there weren't any, so there was no choice but you.
Oh, you're a mommy's boy. I knew it. You always talk about your mother.
Mom is the perfect woman. I'm just telling you the truth. It's not like I'm a mommy's boy.
I'm sure even your mother can make mistakes.
That's absolutely no. No one can be perfect as her.
How can you call someone perfect who is sarcastic when you've never met before?
Mom is just being honest.
Even when I'm busy at work, she calls me and gives me boring, sarcastic things. I don't want her to call me when I'm at work.
Right, she's been complaining that you haven't been returning her calls lately. You're still a bitch who ignores Mom's calls.
I told her I was at work, but she wouldn't listen to me. She just kept talking on and on and on. I didn't have time for her. I'm not that bored.
Of course, Mom is more important than work. Listen, the next time you hear from her, make sure you answer the phone. And make sure my meals are ready to eat. This is a normal thing for a wife to do. Hey, what's going on?
What do you mean?
I got a message that you're in the hospital.
I just got hurt.
Huh? You got injured? Then who's going to cook my meals? You're not going to tell me to prepare it myself, are you?
Your wife got hurt and she's in the hospital. And you just worry about yourself?
Then what should I worry about?
Like about my injury or how I'm doing. You're not worried about me?
It's not a big deal, right? You overreact to everything.
But I'm in the hospital, remember?
I know what you're trying to do.
What do you mean?
You're going to skip chores like that, aren't you?
Don't say stupid things.
Then tell me, how did you get hurt? I know it's nothing.
It was a car accident.
Did you hit the car on purpose?
Oh, come on. There's no way I'd do such a stupid thing. It hurts, you know. Why would I do something like that to sacrifice my own body?
You're pretending to be overreacting to something that's really not that big deal. Don't act like you don't want to do the housework.
Excuse me?
How's that? Are you surprised?
I'm quite surprised that you would say such thing.
I can see you're lying to me. Who would fall for that? Stop saying nonsense and get your ass home and do your chores.
Are you serious?
It's your day off. You can take your time to do the chores. You went out without telling me and now you're in the hospital? You've been trying to skip it from the beginning.
You know, I was run over by a car.
How dumb you are. Weren't you just walking without thinking? The one who was driving the car is the victim.
That's too harsh.
Oh, but wait a minute. You're telling the truth, right?
Why would I lie?
Then that's a different story. You can stay in the hospital. I mean, you can stay there forever.
What's with you all of a sudden?
Just act like you're in pain and overreact. You're good at those things, aren't you?
I don't understand what you're talking about. Why are you saying that all of a sudden?
Because you have insurance. If I'm correct, it had a special hospital benefit that doubles the payout in case of an accident.
That's true, but...
Then we can get more money than you going to the office and work. Stay in the hospital as long as you can.
Huh? What are you thinking? It sounds like you're asking me to stay in the hospital for the money.
So?
That's not the right thing to do.
It means you can finally be useful to me. Your salary is lower than I expected. I was worried if you would use my salary.
What? What do you mean?
I don't want to spend money on my wife. So a wife who doesn't work is out of the question, but a woman who skips housework is even more unbelievable.
Then when you said I should continue working after we got married is...
Of course, to make sure you earn for your own living. You also said it's okay to spare the living expenses if we both work.
I did say that, but I never thought you would think it that way. Who can imagine that?
It's normal.
You said that if we ever got divorced, you wouldn't share the property. You didn't mean to save each other's property, but you wanted to prevent me from taking yours?
Of course, I don't want you to take my money. Your salary is nothing. If we get married and have savings, it would be my money. I don't want to give it to you.
You've thought this through very well. So you mean you were planning to divorce eventually?
I'm saying that I might meet a woman who makes more money than you. Or I might get tired of your face and want to marry a more beautiful woman. I can't say there's no chance of that.
I can't believe you even thought about that before you got married.
I'm a man who thinks ahead. I mean, even you agreed to it.
That's because we both work. I thought it'd be nice to take care of each other's money. I was imagining like if one of us were in trouble or if something happened, we could help each other out. We are married, you know.
You're a happy girl, did you know? I'm your husband.
I know that.
Mine is mine and yours are also mine. That's how it works.
That I don't understand at all. You make me have a headache. Maybe I hit my head badly. I still have some more tests to do, so see you later.
Hey, pick up the phone. I'm in trouble. Pick up the phone now.
What is it? I'm in the hospital. Can you leave me alone for a minute? Luckily everything's fine, but it still hurts where I hit.
I don't give a shit about you. Just listen to me.
Huh? How can you say like that?
Shut up. It's more important than that.
What the hell is going on?
Mom got arrested. I just got a call from the police.
Oh, okay.
It's not okay. Go to the police right now and ask them what's going on.
You didn't ask why they arrested her?
They said something about an accident or something. I was kind of panicked when they told me about it.
Why don't you go to the police now? They'll give you more details.
I'm too scared to go. So please go instead of me.
Why are you talking like a child? It's your important mother. You should go for her.
You go first, find out what's going on, and report it to me.
Of course I can't. I told you I'm in the hospital.
Saving Mom's life is more important than your injury.
But you know, I got injured because of your mother. I can't help you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Because I'm the victim and she's the criminal.
What?
Your mother ran over me.
Huh? I don't understand.
I was hit by a car driven by your mother. Do you understand now?
No. Why would Mom run over you? How is that possible? Are you making this up?
There's no benefit for me by making up a story.
But why would she do that? She would never do something so insane.
You and your mother have no common sense. And this is beyond insane. It's a crime, you understand that?
A crime? You're overreacting again.
Hitting people by a car is a crime. What's wrong with you?
But there's no evidence that she did it. It might be a mistake.
Your mother chased after me with her car. I remember it well.
No way.
I know you don't want to believe it, but it's true.
Did you tell this to the police?
Of course I did. How could I keep it secret?
You exposed about my mother to the police? You're such a terrible wife.
I didn't expose it, I just told them what I saw. I hid behind a pole so I didn't get serious injury, but I hit my head, fell down, and skinned all over the place.
Jill, if you knew they were your relatives, you wouldn't normally tell to them.
But a crime is a crime. Even if it's a relative, I still have to tell them. Besides, she hit me on purpose.
That's unbelievable. Even if Mom ran over you, it must have been an accident.
It was 100% intentional. I was really scared. There's no way I could keep quiet about it.
Then why did Mom do it?
I went to your mother's place to tell her I was divorcing you.
What?
After hearing what you said the other day, I thought we can't stay together anymore.
Huh?
You said the reason you married me was because I was quiet and would follow what you said. Who would want to stay married to a man who says that his wife is a housekeeper?
Are you kidding me? There's no way I'm the one being asked to divorce you.
That's exactly what your mother said. She said there's no way a wife can be the one asking for a divorce. It seems like it's only fair when you divorce me if you're going to be apart anyway.
She's right. She didn't say anything wrong. That's why I said you're a bitch.
I don't care if I'm a bitch or not. I don't care what you guys say.
I know this marriage was a mistake. I shouldn't have chosen a woman like you. That's why I'm in this mess.
That's my words. But your mother was so angry with me, and she said I have no respect to her if I abandon her son.
She's right.
After all, she started acting up, so I got scared and ran outside, and then she was chasing after me by her car. She's so crazy.
Don't blame her. You're such a terrible person. How could you tell the police? What have you done?
I could have died. How could I not tell the police? I mean, of course I'd tell them.
What do you think will happen to me if people find out about this?
You're worried about yourself?
It's the most important thing. My family is under arrest.
Now I wonder why I married you. I'm regretting, but I guess what's done is done.
A woman like you were able to marry me. Don't make this a bigger issue.
You know, intentional accident isn't about reporting or whatever.
Think more about your husband.
You won't be my husband anymore.
If you divorce me, you'll never get married. You have no money, no parents, no place to go. You're gonna be homeless.
I'm not like you. I don't waste money. I've been saving money every month.
Saving since you got married?
Before we got married.
I didn't hear about that.
Why would I tell you? You're the one who asked for separate living expenses.
If we're getting divorced, you have to divide the property.
Are you stupid? You're the one who said there would be no division of property if we get divorced.
That's only if I had savings. Your savings are included in the property.
Of course it's not. I asked my lawyer. If we agreed to it before we got married, we don't have to share.
Oh God.
That's another reason why your mother got mad.
Why's that?
It seems like she had some kind of debt, and she wanted me to pay it. She was demanding with a serious look.
What? No way.
You didn't even notice when you went to her house?
What are you talking about?
After your father passed away, your mother became obsessed with Korean stars.
Korean stars?
When I went to her house, she had posters and merchandise.
I saw them, but I thought someone had left them there.
It's your mother. She went over to Korea several times a year. She invested a lot, so that's why there's no money left in your father's retirement money.
That can't be true.
And she's been asking me to put money into her account for a while now. I went over there because I had to say no as well, but I should have just called them. Then I wouldn't have gotten hurt like this. I had no idea she was messed up like this.
What's going to happen now?
What your mother did is more serious crime than just running over.
Why?
It's obvious she hit me on purpose. This is a vicious crime.
But if you settle out of court or something, it won't become a big crime, right?
This isn't about settling or anything. Even if I could, I would never do it. I'm going to charge you guys compensation and damages.
No. Maybe we should talk about that.
Enough talking. I'm not going back there even if I get out of the hospital. Well, goodbye.
Hey, wait a minute. Let's talk again and reconsider about the divorce. Without Mom, you're the only person I can rely on. Please, don't abandon me.
My mother-in-law was sentenced to prison. My husband quit his job because there was a rumor about his mother running over his wife by a car. I had my lawyer make us divorced and my ex-husband paid the compensation and damages that I charged his mother, as well as her debts. He has sold his house and now living in a dark apartment with no sunlight and working part-time. It seems like he is living a very poor life. He called me several times for help, but I was advised by my lawyer that if he contacted me ever again, I would sue him for a nuisance. Luckily, my injuries were not that serious. I got out of the hospital in about 2 weeks, and I'm back at work now. I will continue to look forward and do my best.